back, everybody. It's the Glad Dad here for the second night of the Music City Nashville Fairgrounds. Oh boy, you thought Tuesday night was a hoot. You ain't seen nothing yet. Strap in, go grab a snack and a cold drink, and we're gonna get down to business here. Unfortunately, the championship standings aren't updating, so I'm gonna have to do them verbally. And here we go. There's gonna be 10 drivers here entering the playoffs tonight. Eric Johnson leading the way in first place. John Kelly sitting in second, 6 points back. Jacob Answorth in third, followed by Adam Keene fourth. Brandon Brock in fifth. Dalton Hall in sixth. Drew Calvert's going to be seventh place in the points. Cale Peterson eighth, tied with Mike Prachek, and Josh Newman rounding out your 10th place. So sorry about that, folks. And now let's get into, let's see here. Get down into the cams we got. Driver cams tonight. In the top left, you got Rob Hamilton. In the middle, top, you've got, oh, there he is. Hey, what's going on, Rob? In the top middle, you got Scott C. Ford. In the top right, Jacob Answorth. Bottom left, Eric Johnson. Not at his rig right now. I'm sure he's taking his shirt off somewhere. Steve Guyberson in the bottom middle, and Matt Marklin in the bottom right. Appreciate you guys showing your pretty faces, especially you, Rob, and Scott, and Eric, and Steve, and Matt, and Jacob. Anyway, folks, let's get down trackside. We've got, man, who do we have down here? Anthony Bennett sitting second fastest on the board right now. Charles Wilson on track. He's turned 70 laps tonight. Jeremy Ingold in that 28 machine, sitting sixth fastest. I think he's got something for these guys tonight. And D-Mac Dalton Hall sitting eighth fastest. Matt Marklin on track. Has turned 94 laps here in practice tonight. That's insane. He's ready to do the money shift tonight. And on track, we got John Kansas Kelly. Rob Hamilton coming out on track. And Drew Calvert, 18th fastest right now. Has turned 47 laps tonight. Ronnie Welch's turned 54. As Timothy Boyce sitting top of the board with a pretty fast time, 18:4:31. And David Vodka, look at that paint scheme, guys. Look at that paint scheme. That's a perfect fit here for Nashville Fairgrounds. It is a Jeff Earnhardt paint scheme. That old Wrangler, love it. Blue and yellow. And not sure where Brandon Brock is. Here is Brandon Brock in the Rainbow Warrior paint scheme. Love it. I always love it when he throws that one back. Brian Zemer on track. Oh, nice paint for him tonight. As we only got 30 seconds left here in practice. A lot of drivers getting it figured out tonight, hopefully. And maybe we can get some green flag pit stops. We've got 240 laps. And just like that, let's get down here to some of the chat. Ronnie Welchel, this ought to be interesting. We can do it. And apparently Mr. Franklin's at work this evening. LFG from JKKSR. Hubert Johnson with the 69 bits. Brock the Troll just resubscribed for Tier 1 for another 4 months. On a 7-month streak. Oh, and who's this guy? I love this broadcaster, always excited about something. That's funny. Jet lag is real. Yeah, Guy B Moto just coming back from vacation. Chaz, race day. Bruh, bruh, from D-Mac. Let's have less cautions tonight. You know, I I agree where you're coming from, but it's not possible. Yes, I did read my own comp. No, I didn't. I don't know who that guy is. Glad Dad. I'm Outcast Motorsports Network. See? And I sent, if anybody's looking for it, I sent the code. All right. Anyway, let's get down to brass tacks here. Quit playing. First on track tonight is this cat right here, Scott Ford, looking to put down a fire lap here tonight. Looks like he's going to be the first one to put down a time, so we're going to watch him here. Yeah, oh, you got to have hope. Scott Ford coming out of turn number 4. And he's got turn 4 on his paint scheme there. Oh, at 18,589. Not too shabby, about a tenth or so off of the fast time. As Charles Wilson now brings up second place. Brian Zemer now and Steve Giberson knocking Charles Wilson down to 4th. Oh, Zemer looking fast here. This looks like a pole run for Zemer. Oh! Had it. Had it. Man, oh man. Come on, guys. Is that all we got? Nobody on track? Here we go. Rob Hamilton giving it a go. From Zanesville, Ohio. Now taking the green flag. Mike Prachek coming out of pits right now. Gotta get these tires warmed up. Oh, Miss Ellie's going for Eric tonight. And she says, don't let her down. Tonight, Eric is an 80-to-1 horse. And you don't bet on the 80-to-1s. I'm just kidding, Eric Johnson. I'm just kidding. Scott Ford still holding the top spot. John Kansas Kelly. Oh, up in the wall. That's going to be his second lap. Is a no-go. Currently 4th on the board. And Ronnie Welchel now just took the green flag. As Brian Welchel, the son, is currently sitting 8th place right now with a 19.428. Yeah, I think it's going to be about close to a second faster than that. No, he's not. 18.993. And Tim Boyce, I look to see him start well up inside the top 5. And there he is. Speaking of the devil, there it is. Tim Boyce to the top of the board. Now getting redone by David Vodka. It's that Intimidator paint scheme. That's exactly what it is. Fired. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, folks, that's going to be the end for tonight. David Vodka sitting at the top of the board. Matt Marklin coming to finishing up his second lap here. I love you, Pubert. I love you. Matt Marklin now up into the 4th position. As we still got plenty of drivers out here needing to qualify. We've only got, well, 5 minutes left in qualifying, so there's still plenty of time on this short track tonight. Any takers here? Come on, guys. Let's go. Anyway, we got 240 laps. Please hold. Track is cooling down. I don't believe you. Let me check. 84 degrees. Man, get your butt out there. 84 degrees. By humbug. That's cold enough. We'll hold it up here. We'll just put it on the board. As soon as I see 83, y'all got to go. I'm just playing. You guys take your time. We've got plenty of time here. 4 minutes left in qualifying. And you know what? This guy, he's going to decide he's going to go out here. And that's Ian Montrose. You guys know I'm just fooling around. Just kidding. I kid because I love. Montrose taking the green flag. Trying to get his tires warmed up early here. It's the first time I've seen somebody swerve back and forth. And he's going to do a reset here. Drew Calvert on track, coming to complete his first lap here. Oh, nice there. Nice first lap for Drew, up to 7th place. And 7th fastest here for Drew. Anthony Bennett coming to complete his second lap. Sitting 8th on the board right now. And now Anthony Bennett up to 4th. And that 18 of Eric Johnson on track. In that buyautoamerica.com Toyota Camry. First lap, going to put him 4th fastest here with an 18.60. Very bumpy out there out of turn 4. And Eric Johnson 2nd fastest right now. Here comes Jeremy Ingold. Just crossing the start-finish line to start his first lap. Running high, just about in the 3rd lane. Second lap's going to be faster for him. Go you all the way up top. He's going to cut down the track to extend that straightaway. Montrose up to the top spot now with a 18.495, 13th for Jeremy Ingold. And D-Mac Dalton Hall, he says, hey, we're good with 6th here. Brandon Brock sitting in 8th. Let's see what Jeremy Ingold's going to do here. And 13th fastest, 14th now for him. Josh Newman out there. He's like in the bottom in 3 and 4. 6th fastest for him. And Jacob Answorth to the top spot here with an 18.437. Ryan Fuchs finishing up his lap. And Jacob Answorth in practice the other night. Talk about consistency here with Jacob Answorth. The pole, I believe it was Sunday or so, Monday night practice, whatever it was. Anyway, we had a practice, a community practice at this track in this car. And the pole, which was set by Jacob Answorth, was an 18.835. So that's pretty consistent there. 2 100ths off. Not too shabby. As looks like the field is going to be gridding up here. So you know what time it is. Starting on the pole, the 74 of Jacob Answorth. To his outside, the 10, the Bulldog, Ian Montrose. Starting in row number 2, David Vodka with Eric Johnson. Row 3 is going to go to Tim Boyce and Scott Ford. In row 4, you're going to find Josh Newman with Dalton Hall. Row 5, Anthony Bennett, Brandon Brock. In row 6, Matt Markland with Brian Ziemer. Row 7, Steve Giberson and Drew Calvert. Row 8, Jeremy Ingold and John Kansas Kelly. Row 9, Charles Wilson with Rob Hamilton. Row 10, Brian B-Dubs Welchel with Mike Braycheck. Row 11, Roddy Welchel and Ryan Fuchs. Taking up the end of the field here, the 20 of Kel Peterson. Let's take a look at the race info for tonight. 0.57 miles here. 240 laps, 2 sets of tires over the wall, 87 to 90 laps here on a tank of fuel with a 62% fuel capacity in these cars. And I do believe we're going to go around one more time here just to get everything set. Keynotes for tonight, DSD. Pit road execution, in and out. The entry's tight, the exit is tighter. Make sure you're careful here not to go outside the cone on the exit or you'll get a black flag. And be careful on that corner entry and exit. These cars get very out of control, especially over those bumps. Look forward to seeing the second groove here come into play pretty quick. I think it's going to be a dominant groove tonight. Anyway, folks, let's pull those belts tight one more time. Grab that snack and drink. You already should have got that. And we're going green flag racing here in 3, 2, 1. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Side by side, Noah Ark style. The Bulldog, Ian Montrose, going ahead and putting it down. 3 wide here. D-Mac in the middle. David Vodka on the bottom. Now Brandon Brock trying to make some passes happen here. Already up 2 spots from the drop of the green flag. Look at these cars, they spread out here on the backstretch. Matt Markland on the bottom side underneath Rob Hamilton. Jacob Answorth turning the fastest lap right now, 18.77. There's Jacob Answorth as John Kansas Kelly just made the fastest lap here. Dalton Hall all the way to the top of the track with David Vodka in tow. As we look back a little bit further here, you're going to find Kel Peterson. Not sure what's going on with him, but he is at least a lap down. Trying to work his way through. Man, oh man, is it a cluster bomb back here. Jeremy Eckel sitting in 14th on the high side. Mike Prachek trying to pressure him on the high side as well. Anthony Bennett on the bottom. Oh, Kel Peterson. Kale swirly there out of the exit of 4 as the guys go by. Back up front, Montrose not losing the leader, or not letting him get too far away. These drivers looking good tonight so far. Dalton Hall sitting in 4th place, up 4 spots from where he started back in 8th place. Having some fast laps. Faster than the leader that last time by. As the sparks fly here and the lights are going down, or the sun's going down, the lights are going to come on shortly. On board here with Eric Johnson. As the drivers are all the way on the bottom. I guess that's where the grip is early, but I do not expect it to stay down there. Once the track cools, I think it's going to move up a groove. David Vodka lost 2 spots. Running in 5th, and then there's a 1.2 second gap back to Tim Boyce. Brandon Brock up 3 positions. And everybody's pretty much getting spread out here. Back here to Matt Markland. He's down 4 spots. Trying to take it easy. He's got a sponsor tonight, Spaceball Transmissions. As the caution will come out, Ronnie Welchel sideways on the front stretch at the start-finish line. As we take a look from the Auto America chopper cam. See what happened here with Ronnie Welchel. Coming out of turn 4, looks like he's going to get the throttle, and around he goes. Huh. No damage, just a scuff right there below the Chevrolet logo in the blue area, just above the grill. Jacob Answorth out and terrorizing the village tonight. This guy's a monster. As nobody comes down pit road. Oh, John Kelly going in. Anthony Bennett going down pit road. As Kel Peterson gets the lucky dog. How about that? So it looks like he will, let me check here. Yes, Kel Peterson will be back on the lead lap. I bet he's excited about that. He closes up to the back of the field now, lets Anthony Bennett by. So the drivers should be going double file as we're going to go around one more time. There's Matt Marklin in the Spaceball transmission 51 machine. All right, lights are off on the pace car. And Matt Marklin, he's got to, use the force you must. Sorry, that was a bad Yoda impression. All right, here we go. Pace car's off. Time to go Creed once again. Jacob Answorth leading the way. Not a great restart for him, as Eric Johnson and Montrose both had a really good start as well. Johnson now to the back of Answorth, but Montrose on the outside. Montrose now taking the lead. He is clear of the 74 with the pass on the outside. See what I tell you. Dalton Hall looking to the high side of the 18. If you can get to, oh, the 18 looking low on the 74. 74 closes the door. 18 goes back under, tries to go back underneath once again. I'm hearing some tire scrubs too. Boy, these guys are sending it down in the corners. Tight battle here for the first place. Look at this, just about 3 wide. Dalton Hall sending it down in the middle. Eric Johnson gets clear as he's now looking low of Montrose. Oh, they touch. Eric Johnson goes around. He saves it, gets it back going, only loses 9 spots, 8 spots. Man, talk about a wheel man, son. Now Dalton Hall moves up into second place. Looking for the lead position. He's to the outside of the 10. Doesn't have the momentum here on the drive off. Dalton Hall now back on the high side. Oh, he's going to throttle up. He's going to clear the 10, I guarantee it. Yes, he is. Now the 10 looking back low once again. Dalton Hall now in control. Nobody's been able to pull away so far tonight in the lead. Now as Dalton Hall's got the lead, let's go back here to the 55 and the 24 battling. That's also the 26 at 10 Boyce. Of course, he's clear of these two, so, oh, we got another caution here. Looks like it's going to be Steve Giberson. Yeah, there's Steve Giberson there. Didn't like any damage on the... Maybe just spun. Let's take a look here. From the Auto America chopper cam. Steve Giberson going down into turn 3, coming into turn 4, and second burst, same as the first. Oh, doesn't hit anything. As Kel Peterson doesn't see the checkup and gets into the back of Anthony Bennett. How about that? Nice wheelmanship out of the 60 machine. Yeah, none of that, none of that. Looks like Dalton Hall opting to stay out as Eric Johnson goes down pit road with Drew Calvert. John Kelly, Kel Peterson, Mike Prachek, Anthony Bennett, all down pit road. There's Anthony Bennett, Kel Peterson, Mike Prachek coming out. Doesn't look like we're going to have a lucky dog as everybody is on the lead lap. As we're going on to 30 laps in this race, everybody's on the lead lap. Fantastic. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday. I know I am. Work has been stressful, but you know what? We get here, we unwind. This is a hobby. I'm sure these guys love turning left and maybe right. We've seen some right-hand turns already tonight, but I'm sure they like getting behind the wheel of this car, and I love clicking buttons. And we're going to go around one more time here. They're coming out of turn number 2 at a miserable 45 miles per hour. And the pace car lights are going to be off. There we go. Now everybody's side by side. It's going to be Hall and Montrose leading them to the green flag, followed by Answorth and Brock in the second row. All right, here we go. Pace cars off. Lights are on the racetrack. Green flag back in the air. There we go. Dalton Hall with a fantastic jump. Great jump there. As Answorth on the bottom underneath the 3. Brandon Brock trying to make some things happen here. He's going to clear the 74 of Answorth and running that second groove as well. Second groove starting to come in as the track's getting cooler and cooler. The 55 of Zemer also up there and making passes happen. Him and Timothy Boyds battling hard. As we go back here and look at Brian Welchel in 12th, he's gained 7 spots. But the guy I'm interested in right here, Ryan Fuchs, up 14 positions from where he started in 35 laps. This guy's on a mission. You can see he's on the outside of the 26 of Boyce right now, as Zemer has moved up and battling for the 5th position from Answorth. Zemer on rails tonight. Back here, John Kansas Kelly. Up to the back of Eric Johnson. Gonna try to follow him through this field as Johnson now looking low. Oh, Ryan Fuchs around. All that ground made up for nothing. Ryan Fuchs goes around and barely bumps the inside wall. So we're going to look and see what happened to Ryan Fuchs right here. Not like Ryan Fuchs to lose it here, so we're going to have to see what happened. Goes up the track for a diamond. Gets in throttle. Oh, yeah, he does. He loses it. And the 51 mistakenly gets into him. There's nowhere for Matt Markland to go. So Fuchs got to reset here and do it all over again as he was up inside, right up inside the top 10. As Jacob Answorth decides he wants to come down pit road. Grabbing some tires. Man, that Anchor 74 machine looks good, that blue and black. And no tires for him as Dalton Hall still leading the way. Let's take a look here and see what our guys are doing here on the driver cams. Looks like everybody's just chilling out. Looks like we've got two VR racers, Steve Giberson and Ronnie Welchel. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Oh, Hubert Johnson with the 69 bits and the hearts with the crowns. Man, I gotta get that emoji. That's all original. That's the Hubert Johnson special right there. All right, lights are off on the pace car, so here we go. Side by side once again, third caution of the night. Race recap to look at. 42 of 242. It says leader is Montrose, but that is not correct. There we go. Leader Dalton Hall. 3 cautions for 14 laps. And the pace car lights are back on again. So they're going to go around one more time as the field's not very bunched up. There we go. Now the high side's got everybody on their 6. Oh, Crew Chief Franklin, look at the little emote. I like that. With the cup of coffee. And Phantom X79 with the twerking badger cat. I don't know what that is. And Dex Too Fast TV just followed. Hey, appreciate that, Dex. All right, pace car's off. Here we go. Dalton Hall going to lead the way once again. Green flag in the air. Oh, I hear some tires spinning back there, and it wasn't coming from Dalton Hall. Montrose fall into the clutches of the 3 of Brandon Brock. Brian Seamer moves up into the 4th position. And Matt Marklin up 5 spots. Actually, Matt Marklin up way more than 5. As he finds himself sitting in 6th position. Jeremy Ingold. The teammate to Dalton Hall as he's battling Brian Welchel, and he's got the 18 and the 42 all over him too. 3 wide here. Jeremy Ingold gets into Brian Welchel. We stay green. Brian Welchel rolling. Brian's getting it rolling. Yeah, we're staying green here. Jeremy Ingold. Now all alone, doesn't have anybody near him for now, as Kel Peterson picks up to the 11th position. Me too. Crew Chief Franklin, why don't you ask Glad Mom what she had to drink in order to cook dinner? Poor thing. Eric Johnson, John Kelly now moving up into the top 10 once again, both of them. John Kelly now trying to chase down Tim Boyce, running in 8th as Tim's trying to battle with the 24, David Vonica. Vodka holding his own here, though, as he's passing the 3 of Brandon Brock. Brock now falls into 7th position. As John Kelly now trying to make the pass happen on the 26th. He's not going to dive it in there underneath him. He's going to let it happen naturally. I wouldn't say iced coffee. Eric Johnson just behind here watching all this stuff unfold. Being methodical with his choices. Last pitted on lap 27 with Cale and John. Cale Peterson right here trying to catch up to these guys. Follow them through the crowd. As we move up front, Montrose has taken the lead from Dalton Hall. As the caution's going to come out, David Vodka. Man, oh man, David Vodka was having a fantastic run. Let's see what happened to Vodka. Whose fault was it? Who spun my Vodka out? Oh, looks like he's by himself right here, though. See what happened. Goes up to a small diamond here, comes back around and goes around. Gets into the inside wall. And the caution's going to come out right there. No damage, but he's in 23rd position. He's got some ground to make up. I think, well, still not time to pit yet, though. As Montrose down pit road to get him some service, along with Brian Zemer and Brandon Brock. Anthony Bennett down, still in his box, along with Brian Welchel. Dalton Hall staying out. Top 4 still have not pitted. That's Hall, Newman, Markland, and Tim Boyce. It was a good trade-off. Absolutely, Glet Mom. It was a good trade-off. So, let's see here. Let's see where Jacob Answorth is. Went from leading back to 13th. Let's put it on lap 39. Gonna try to work his way back up through the field. Fuel only for Answorth. Iverson right behind the 74. Ronnie Wilchel after his spin, sitting in 17th, so he's rebounded a little bit. Yeah, 17th. Good little run for him. As the caution lights are still on, so we're going to go around one more time, and then it's green, green, green once again. All right, so as they're coming out of turn 4, the caution lights are going to go off, and we're going to get on board here for the restart on the inside line here in 13th position, and we are going to watch restart happen here with this guy, Jacob Answorth. We're going to see what he sees here. This is mid-pack, folks, and it gets chaotic. I've been watching the restarts back here in the back. It's unbelievable the amount of trust you have in these race cars. All right, pace car is going to go off here, and we're going to watch the restart happen. Green flag in the air. Holding that yellow line, being conservative here with these tires. Ainsworth has a ton of practice here at this track. As the caution's going to come out, it's going to be Scott Ford and David Vodka getting tangled up here. Scott Ford with the repair flag here. Take a look and see what happened to Scott Ford, because it had to have been a nasty hit for him. There he is on the bottom inside, just behind Ainsworth. Montrose behind him. Montrose gets into him. And, oh, man. David Vodka slams on the brakes, whips it around. Take a look at it one more time here. And we're going to get on board with this guy right here, Montrose, as he's restarting on the outside. Sigh, the Glad Dad says, sigh. Fifth caution of the night. We had 13 on Tuesday night. We are trending not so well. And D-Mac, Dalton Hall still in the lead as they're coming into turn number 3. Should get the one to go here once the pace car gets back around. Let's rock and roll, Eric, from Love Jackson. Love A. Jackson as in Allen Jackson. David Vodka just coming out of pit road. So it's going to be Dalton Hall, Josh Newman in the front row, followed by Matt Markland and Tim Boyce. And then John Kelly and Eric Johnson, those guys. And Kel Peterson also worked his way up. Now, since we watched the restart here on Jacob Ainsworth, I see that it's only fitting to do it again, this time on the outside line. And it's going to be this guy, Rob Hamilton. You thought the inside line was chaotic. The outside lane has got to be extra cautious here. Here we go, green flag in the air. Eric Johnson tight on the side of Kel Peterson up there. You can see it, that's what Rob's looking at. Mike Prachek goes underneath. Good lap here for Rob. As we get back up here, Matt Markland sitting in fourth. He's got them all over him though. Tim Boyce now looking low to move up into third. Markland's not wanting it to happen though. Tim Boyce liking that bottom. He's rotating all the way around that yellow as Matt Markland all the way up to the top of the track trying to get a run. And Tim Boyce is going to clear him. Oh, John Kelly clipping the wall here on the backstretch. As Eric Johnson's going to make the position happen, move up into fifth place. new leader, or attempting to be new leader here. Josh Newman looking low on Dalton Hall. They're giving each other plenty of room here. Plenty of room to be had between the 4 and the 34. Josh Newman, not a good exit off the 2. That's going to lose him the position here. You can see he kind of cut it a little narrow on the exit. Now he's got to try to get back to Dalton Hall all over again, but now he's on defense mode as Tim Boyce is now looking to the back of him. So Josh Newman's got to shift gears here from being on the offense to being on the defense to keep Tim Boyce behind him, as Jeremy Ingold running in 8th place at the back of Kel Peterson. On board here with Jeremy Ingold, as he's running that second groove. That's the groove I was talking about. I think it's going to be dominant here. And a lot of drivers have now moved up into that groove, either right above the white line or splitting it, putting the lefts below it and the rights above it. Seems to be working for Jeremy, as he's running pretty consistent lap times here. He's running the exact same lap times as his teammate Dalton Hall. Dalton Hall in the lead. You see there, as he's 2 tenths ahead. Josh Newman. Matt Marklin all over the back of the 26 right now. Drew Calvert, rebounding, up in the 9th position. Charles Wilson having a nice quiet run. Oh, Brian Welchel damaged, as Josh Newman back underneath the 34. Ryan Fuchs also damaged. Got to go in and get that repair. Josh Newman to the lead. Oh, he closes the door on the 34 to keep him from getting to the outside. Josh Newman in the wall. Man, oh man, I'm just absolutely speechless on that. Mike Prachek with a repair flag as well. He got into him. We got to take a look at this. Josh Newman, this is coming out of turn 4, gonna take the lead. He's loose there, drives it way too deep into the corner, gets sideways, overcorrects, and the 18 gets into him. Mike Prachek gets into the 55. The 60 and the 3 get into him as well. Oof. All right, so let's take a look here at on board here with looking at Mike Prachek, see what happened to him as he's back here behind Brandon Brock. Zemer locks it down. I'm not seeing where the meatball flag came from for the 12 of Prachek. Look at it one more time here. On board with Mike Prachek. I'm not seeing it. Tiny little hit there, causing so much damage. Josh Newman just absolutely destroyed Mike Prachek down pit road, getting ghost damage fixed for some reason. Ryan Fuchs on pit road with some right front damage. Josh Newman absolutely destroyed Who else was in it? Brian Zemer. He should be good. Yeah, looks like he's pretty good here. Brandon Brock was involved. He's got right front damage. Eric Johnson coming down pit road with right front fender damage. Oh yeah, Eric Johnson with some bad damage there. Like his wheels out of place. As John Kelly now will take over the lead. Drew Calvert in second. Phantom, yeah, that's hilarious. Hey, yeah, that Hershey Franklin's right. You hit the nail on the head. That is a good way to look at it. So lights are off on the pace car. Looks like we're gonna go green this time. See what John Kansas Kelly can do here. Bring Black back out. And John with a decent jump. Drew Calvert, though, did fantastic. As he's going to secure the second position. Jacob Bansworth now moves up into third. Oh, he's got Montrose to the outside. He drives Montrose up the track. Montrose got to rally back as he's in fourth place. Dalton Hall, first car up here with fresh tires. So he should be able to move easily through this field, I would say. Well, not easily. He's definitely going to be faster, but I mean, you can see he's got a rolling roadblock right in front of him between Montrose and Calvert. Tim Boyce was able to get underneath as he's battling with the 10, trying to get underneath the 10, get around him. Tim Boyce, oh, the 60 of Steve Giberson. Boy, was he loose. Oh, he's still loose. Goes around. And, man, he collects Ronnie Welchel. And Anthony Bennett goes back up the track and collects another driver here. Oh, Ronnie Welchel with the meatball flag. Got to get the repairs. Yeah, he's got damage. The right front all messed up. Not a good night for Roddy. And let's take a look at it from the chopper cam. Ronnie Welchel on the inside. He sees Steve Giberson up above him. And they're three wide. Gets into Jeremy Ingold. Comes down. Gets into Ronnie. Anthony Bennett. And then goes up the track and gets into Rob Hamilton. So all I can say is, They have skates, and they're skating on thin ice. Ronnie Welch trying to get that damage fixed. He's definitely got some wheel damage, though. You can see as Kel Peterson now getting the lucky dog. And this is somebody you definitely don't want in the lead. And that's this cat right here, John Kelly. Last pitted on lap 27, so he's got old tires, but he's got fuel. Dalton Hall with fresh tires. Matt Marklin, Jeremy Ingold, Rob Hamilton, Brandon Brock. Looks like they got fresh tires as well. Eric Johnson back down pit road to probably get flash and go. I believe he got tires the last time. Van Ziemer down pit road. Hit his stop. And look at Jacob Answorth, worked his way back up here. Now sitting in second on that outside row. Yeah, it was. It was Crew Chief Franklin. All right, lights are off on the caution car, the pace car. So we're gonna go green this time by. John Kelly, Jacob Answorth leading them to the green flag. Green back out. Looks like John and Jacob both had really good restarts. Dalton Hall, not so much. He falls back to the clutches of Drew Calvert. And he retains that position, though. Montrose back in fifth. We have Tim Boyce still trying to get after him. And if you look back at seventh and eighth, battle for seventh, Jeremy Ingold trying to keep that position from the 51 and the 3. Jeremy having a nice quiet night tonight. Brandon Brock. Brock looks like he's got some momentum here as he's got fresh tires, but so does Jeremy Ingold. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen between the two of them. Jeremy's got the speed on the outside and he's trying to get around Tim Boyce. That second lane has really come into its own tonight. Look at the momentum on the outside lane. Still not able to grab that position just yet. And they're both, now that they're side by side, they're holding up the 3 of Brandon Brock. Oh, Brock in the wall. I think Brandon was thinking about going 3 wide, trying to pass him on the outside. Nice little battle going on here. Matt Marklin in 9th. As the 28 of Jeremy Ingold finally gets past the 26 of Tim Boyce. Now it's the 3 of Brandon Brock's turn. Now the 28 drops back as he was in the wall. Now he's going to lose those spots, and now looking Anthony Bennett looking for 9th place now. As we go back up front, John Kansas Kelly leading the way about 7/10 of a second over Jacob Answorth. Answorth's got another 7/10 lead over Dalton Hall, and the top 3 kind of break away from the field. So if you look 1.6 seconds back, you'll find Drew Calvert in 4th. Best battles on the track right now are going to be between Brock and Marklin. As guys. They were pretty much nose to tail a couple of laps ago. Back a little bit further, you're going to see, oh, David Monica with no front bumper on that car. I'm pretty sure I've seen Dale Earnhardt win like that in the 90s. Kel Peterson running in 13th place, up a couple of spots. You'll see Eric Johnson running in 12th. And then he's got some ground to make up, 2 seconds till he gets to Jeremy Ingold in 11th place. Bob Hamilton running 10th, running good too, as he just got by Jeremy. Bob Hamilton's got really good pace right now. And boys, Matt Marklin battling side by side. Oh, Brandon Rock in the wall. Rock just cannot stay out of the wall. Marklin gets 5 points. So does the 3 of Brandon Brock. Matt Marklin now got his eyes set on 5th place, which is the 10 of Ian Montrose. Oh, it's 26. Tim Boyce goes around. And the field will reset again. I don't think Tim Boyce really got any damage. We're going to see here from the Auto America instant replay. Did Anthony Bennett's right behind him. Did Anthony get into him? Anthony goes up the track and yes, gets into him. But other than that, no damage reported on Tim Boyce's car. Looks like John Kelly's going to pit here on lap 110 with Jacob Answorth and Drew Calvert. So that means Dalton Hall's going to take the lead once again. Matt Marklin up into 2nd, though. How about that? That's a nice run for Matt Marklin tonight. So caution lights are still on the pace car. Rob Hamilton up to 4th. Going to be starting on the outside lane in row number 2. Kel Peterson now finally going to have a shot here to make up some ground. Last pitted on lap 110. And got fresh tires, so we're going to see if he can move through the field. Eric Johnson also pitted on lap 112. All right, here we go. We're going back to the green flag once again. Go green from the 8th caution of the night. Dalton Hall with a great jump. Oh, Brandon Brockett spun. And it turns into a parking garage. Wow, man, oh man. Kel Peterson. Montrose, man, these drivers involved. Tim Boyce with a repair flag. Oh, Tim Boyce is, looks like you got some wheel damage. Drew Calvert now down. We're going to take a look at it here. Woo! Matt Marklin and Brandon Brock looks like they were involved. All right, let's take a look here from the restart. Oh, Matt Marklin comes off the wall sideways. Oh, Ronnie Welcher gets into 51. Take a look at it one more time. A little bit further back, see, we're going to look at the chopper cam of the 12 of Mike Prachek. See the 51 come off the wall, gets into 3, and check up there. Everybody tried to do their due diligence and let off the gas. Put a little brake on, and it definitely could have been worse. Crew Chief Franklin, I gotta ask, is that you in the picture? Is that your own custom little emojis? Because I've never seen those before. As the field resets once again. Yeah, they're cute. Eric Johnson down pit road. He's going to grab some fuel, though. I don't think Johnson was... I didn't see Johnson getting involved in that incident, so he should be pretty clean. Oh, he is getting tires. Check this out right here, though, folks. Look at this. Moonshine Motorsports. Going to be starting on the front row together here to bring it back green. Dalton Hall and Jeremy Ingold, both from Moonshine Motorsports. Side by side. This is going to be an awesome restart. All right, here we go. Pace cars down. Let's see what these Moonshine Motorsports boys are made of. Oh, Dalton Hall got a good start. So did John Kelly. John going to be looking low on the 34 of Dalton Hall. Jeremy Ingold falls to 3rd. Josh Newman with a repair flag. Here comes Kel Peterson. I told you, watch out for Kel. Now moves up into 4th position. He's going to look low. He's got a good line coming. Side by side here with the 28. Now picks up 3rd position as John Kelly, Dalton Hall battle. John Kelly wrapping the bottom. He's going to be able to clear Dalton Hall. Dalton's going to have the momentum here on the outside, but not going to be able to close up the gap to get back to the outside of John. John Kelly taking the lead once again here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Kel Peterson, look at this guy. Turning on 18.48 here. fastest lap of the race. Kel Peterson on the move right now. A little loose coming out of turn 4 as he's underneath the 34 right now. Side by side coming out of 2. Heading down into 3, still door to door as they go into 4. Kel Peterson's going to try to clear him here on the front stretch. I think he's going to do it. He's going to drive it in a little bit deeper than the 34. And he's going to clear Dalton Hall. Now Kel Peterson up in the 2nd position. As we ride on board here with Kel Peterson, trying to chase down the leader, John Kelly, 8/10 back. He's 2/10 faster last lap by than John Kelly. Peterson ran an 18:54 to John Kelly's 18:70. As we look, last lap speed versus leader speed. Still faster than John. Picked up 2/10 here last lap by. As the caution comes out, man, I wanted to see this battle right here between these two. Two powerhouses as unfortunate mishaps with the 3 of Brandon Bracco. He's got damage in the rear. Take a look here from the Auto America replay. Looking at Brandon Brock, just in front of the 43 of Drew Calvert on the front stretch. Drives it down in the corner. He's going to get loose, wraps it around. Holds the brakes right there while it spins and gets back in action. Hits absolutely nothing. Brandon Brock coming down pit road. He's had enough. Gonna see if he grabs some tires. And looks like fuel only and damage repair for the 3 of Brandon Brock. As Steve Giberson now in the 7th positions, worked his way back up through the field. Oh, Pubert Johnson. Eric Johnson with 4 minutes of damage. But still on the lead lap, so that's good, as David Vodka gets the lucky dog. Yeah, Eric got a, looks like a fresh car now. And Lubba Jackson. Are they racing or wrecking tonight? Yeah, you're good for now. They're doing a little bit of both. If you look here at the tower at the top right, top left of your screen, you'll see the little greens and yellows. The greens represent green flag runs, the yellows represent cautions. And right now it's a little mix of both, unfortunately. But you know what? This is a short track. It's only 5/8 of a mile. So this is to be expected, and you've got 850 horsepower under the hoods of these Gen 6 cars. So these things are to be expected. We all knew as a Outcast community that it was going to be a little risky tonight as far as green to caution ratio goes. Eric Johnson starting on the inside, 9th place, with Jacob Answorth to the outside. And it's going to be 2 powerhouses here up front. John Kelly with Kel Peterson. John Kelly new to Outcast Motorsports. This is his first season. Kel Peterson, seasoned veteran. This guy knows what it takes to win. And we're to the green flag. Kel Peterson with a good start. John Kelly now going single file as Dalton Hall looks low on the 20. This is going to slow the 20 up. 20 didn't really have a good center off. He's got to reset and get back by the 34 if he can. As we look back a little bit further here, Jacob Answorth in 7th place. A lot of stack up back there. There's Eric Johnson in 9th, still running 9th. He's looking low on Jeremy Ingold for the 8th position. They're side by side going down into turn number 1. Rob Hamilton now on the outside of the 28. He's trying to clear him as well as Kel Peterson just turned another fastest lap of the race. He's almost to the back bumper, the 42. It's about to be a showdown here. Kel Peterson now to the back of the 42. What does he do? Oh, he's going to dive low as they head side by side. Coming out of 4. Oh, he takes the lead. Kel Peterson now in control of the race. Started a lap down. Rallied back. 2 lucky dogs and finds himself in the lead now. Now we're going to see if Kel Peterson can make it or break it as he gets loose out of 4. John Kelly now goes back around. He's going to clear the 20. John back up front. Dalton Hall trying to close back in, but he's got the 10 of Montrose right behind him. Montrose trying to work his way up through the field. And he's going to dive it down deep, go up, and he's going to get into Dalton Hall. Dalton Hall's going to go around, check up. Caution out. Oh, Charles Wilson also goes around. And we're going to have to take a look at that. I think Montrose drove it in a little too deep there in turn 3, slid up the track, not on the brakes hard enough, and gets into the back of Dalton Hall. As we need to rewind it a little bit here. And slow it down. Dalton Hall all the way up into 2nd groove. Montrose goes down, slides up, gets into Dalton Hall. And trying to slow down to keep off of him. Brian Zemer sees the action, slams on the brakes, goes sideways. Dalton Hall goes back up the track, collects the 10 and the 74. Tries to miss the 55. Rob Hamilton gets into the back of the 57. That's why Charles Wilson spun around. Unfortunate turn of events for Charles Wilson as he was scored 1 lap down. I don't think he's going to have to pit for damage, though. Doesn't look like he's damaged much. As Brian Welch will back out, and he's got the lucky dog, so that should put him just 1 lap down. No, 2 laps. There we go. He was 3, now he's 2. as we're on lap 145 of 240. So we've got 94 laps left to go. Still a long race here, folks. Everybody going side by side once again. Going to be the 42 and the 20 leading us back to the green flag, followed by the 10 and the 74, the 18 and the 28. That's your top 3 rows. Here we go, coming to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Kel Peterson spins the tires. 42 now gets away. '42's got a comfortable gap here. The 20 rebounding back, trying to close back up the gap on the 42. Kel Peterson's doing it though. He's got 3/10 back. Only a couple of car lengths, 2.5 car lengths separate. Tail to John. On board here with Kel Peterson as he tries to close up a little bit more. Touches the wall there just a little bit. He's running the bottom with a slight diamond in 3 and 4 with a nice low exit. A little bit conservative here. Now he's running the fast line. He's going to cut down here, try to make the straightaway as long as possible. John Kelly doing the same. Kel Peterson really good in 3 and 4, though not so great in 1 and 2 as compared to John. Well, I say that as he's closing up and looking low on the 42. It's going to be tough to pass, though. 20 is going to be really, really on edge. Oh, John Kelly really loose out of the exit of 4 as Kel Peterson goes around once again, but he's got to keep it. Following somebody's a lot easier than out there leading, because your brake marks, you know, all your references are gone. Now it's just you. We look back in 4th place. Eric Johnson's finally got his damage fixed and moved up into the number 4 position. Trying to do something here with the 74, Jacob Answorth. On board with Eric Johnson. He's splitting the line like I was talking about earlier. There's some drivers that go up above the white, and there's some guys that like to straddle it. Eric Johnson is the driver who likes to straddle that white dotted line. I think it's a tick more conservative, but he's still in the bumps, man. It doesn't matter where you're at. The bottom's very bumpy. As we get on board here now with Jacob Answorth, as he's also trying to track down the 42. The 20 is gone right now. Answorth got a ton of practice here at this track. top 4 drivers have had some practice. Back a little bit further, you'll find Montrose in 5th. Jeremy Ingold in 6th. Brian Zemer, not sure how he's in 7th. The poor guy's been caught up in everything tonight. Finds himself in 7th place. David Vodicka doesn't even have a nose on that thing, and he looks like he's dragging some hoses. Running in 8th place. Dalton Hall finds himself back at 9th place with Steve Diverson trying to take that position from him. Steve currently now in the 10th position. Brandon Brock in 11th. Hadn't been able to rally back since that spin. Rob Hamilton now in 12th place. Andrew Calvert in 13th. John Kelly and Jacob Answorth been closing up on the leader. John Kelly really closed up. We got a caution again. Ryan Fuchs. Up against the wall in turn 1. Take a look here and see what happened to Ryan Fuchs. Battling with the 51 of Matt Markland. Oh, Matt got loose, overcorrected, went back up the track, got into Fuchs, and that was it. The only contact for Ryan Fuchs. Pit stops happening here for these drivers, for the leaders. Dalton Hall now takes over the lead, but John Kelly, Eric Johnson, Montrose, Zemer, Vodicka, Brock, Ingold, Peterson, Calvert all come down pit road. Zemer gonna go up to 7th here. Yep, no, he's still in 7th. If some of these other guys would have pitted though, he'd have been up higher. He had a nice pit stop. Rob Hamilton now down pit road. Rob may get a black flag here. I'm not quite sure. Because he didn't pit the first time around. He pitted the second time around when pits, I believe, were closed. Andrew Calvert now should be back on the lead lap. Yes, he is. Caution light still on the pace car, but we're going to go side by side. It's going to be the 34 and the 60 leading us to the green flag. Followed by Answorth, Kelly, Johnson, and Zemer. Short track gives you 2 laps to pit. Got you. Okay. Appreciate that. I honestly did not know that. Cale Peterson with the black flag, not sure for what. Cale's gonna have to serve the flag under green flag conditions. But here we go, 34 and the 60 lead us back to the green flag. Green flag in the air. Dalton Hall gaining the way. John Kelly now moves up into second. He doesn't have Kel Peterson to contend with anymore because Kel just got a black flag that he's got to serve. You can see Kel now going down pit road. Jacob Edgeworth now moves into third as John Kelly's battling the 34 for the lead position. I have no clue how many's been spared. I guarantee you there's going to be some guys out there that has got a ton of incidents. John Kelly now taking the lead as Kel Peterson's coming out. Blending right out here in front of the leaders. He's going to try to stay in front of the 42. How convenient. Kel Peterson should be, I believe, scored one lap down here. Have to check when it goes back around. No, he's still on the lead lap. Not sure how that happened. Kel with a drive-through penalty. And still on the lead lap. Unbelievable. Dalton Hall falls back as Ainsworth goes. And we got another caution. This one's for Drew Calvert, the lucky dog of last time, as he's backwards on the track out of turn number 2. In turn 2, there goes the leaders to him now with the pace car. Didn't lose a lap though. Calvert still remaining on the lead lap. So is Kel Peterson. Kel was spared. What a drive when he got off pit road by Kel Peterson. I'm not sure how he didn't go a lap down, folks. But Kel gonna gather it up and go back around. Appreciate everybody in the Twitch stream tonight rooting on these guys. I know it's a little bit of a caution fest, but you know that's to be expected here with short tracks and high horsepower cars. Still a good race though. David Vodka, I have no clue. He's tore up from the floor up. The car's been redesigned by Crush, and he's out here running in the 5th position. Don't ask me because I have no clue. Pace car lights are still on, so we're going to go around one more time. We're going to go back to the green flag racing. All right, here we go. As these drivers come down the backstretch, everybody on everybody's 6. I'd like to see some strategy play out here. Looks like a lot of these guys last pitted on lap 164. Green flag back in the air. John Kelly with a decent start here. Jacob Bansworth gonna finally have a shot at the lead. Eric Johnson as well. Johnson finally moves up into third place after getting 4 minutes of damage fixed. Hall back and forth, holding off Ian Montrose for now. There's about to be a battle though between Eric Johnson and Jacob Bansworth. And you can see that high line, or that second groove, really becoming dominant now. Everybody's wanting to run it. Jacob trying to close the gap on the 42. Johnson trying to close the gap on the 74. As a black flag being issued there for Brian Welchel, and caution will come out. Brian Welchel getting a black flag for, I believe, too many incident points. Gonna take a look at it here. 17 incident points are the default here for iRacing. So once you get 17, you get a black flag. Oh, Ryan Fuchs gets in the wall. Welchel, unaware, has nowhere to go. Man, tough break for Welchel. Both Welchels tonight, goodness. This race has not been kind to him. That is for sure. Jacob Bansworth going down pit road. And the right sides go up. He's getting some tires. He's going to be wicked fast when he comes back out and gets those tire temps up. John Kelly now back in the lead. Eric Johnson going to be starting on the outside of him. Johnson finally with a shot to lead the race. Been methodical all night. Cars are going to go side by side after they cross the start-finish line. Be the 42 and the 18 in the front row, followed by Ian Montrose and David Vodicka. Your second row. All right, folks, lights are off on the pace car. So we're gonna go green once they cross the start-finish line, or once they get back to the restart zone. Ha! Yeah, putting your money on Vodicka in the modified. Yeah, he definitely got it modified. I can promise you this, you don't have to worry about that car overheating. All right, pace car will be heading in. And away we go in 3, 2, 1. Green flag back in the air. Eric Johnson have a dang good start. Going to be able to get back down, make sure Montrose doesn't get to him. This is the perfect opportunity that Johnson's been wanting. Jeremy Ingold now finding himself back up there. He had some really good pace here first off in the race. Like probably the first 30% of the race, then kind of dropped back. Now he's back up here competing again as Kel Peterson's losing his way. Looks like he got loose out of turn 4. Jacob Answorth's going to go around. As these drivers are pretty much going single filed out. Now Brandon Brock trying to work his way up there, just getting past Steve Giberson, now looking low on the 55. The 55 looking low. Now we're 3 wide here going into turn 1. Zemer keeps the position for now. Matt Markland with a repair flag. Great battle going on right here. Up a little further, Jacob Answorth trying to do something here with the 24. 24 still got really good pace, even though he doesn't have a front bumper. And Montrose trying to do something to get any momentum he can to try to get underneath the 18. But that outside groove is just unreal right now. Answorth's going to get by David Vodicka. Side by side now. Answorth, Johnson. Answorth's going to try to clear him here. Dives down deep. Now he's got to go catch Montrose as he moves up into second place. Jeremy Ingold passing the 24 Vodicka. Rob Hamilton now up into 7th place, trying to do the same thing. Looking low on the 24. David Vodicka trying to hold him off. Oh, Rob Hamilton loose out of turn number 4. That's going to put Brian Zemer on the outside of him. Zemer's good on the outside line. Zemer's going to grab that spot from Rob Hamilton, move him up, back up into the 7th position. And as we go back up front, 4/10 of a second now separate the 42 from the 10. And Jacob Answorth is on the move right now. On board here with Jacob Answorth. As he's looking low, something happened with the 42. John Kelly dropping back now. Looks like it may have gotten loose. As the caution's going to come out for Kel Peterson. Kel Peterson around out of turn 4. Looks like no damage to report on the 20. Looks clean all the way around. So we're going to take a look here and see what happened to Peterson from the Auto America Instant Replay. Right behind Steve Giberson. Goes up for the diamond, gets in the throttle, and around she goes. No hit on the wall. How about that? Locks her down early. As John Kansas Kelly goes down pit road now for probably his final stop of the night. We're past lap 200, so we've got gonna have about 35 to go here. Right sides go up on the 42 machine. And you can see his car is sponsored by Turn 4, and that's Turn 4 Sim Racing. They also own, and Outcast Motorsports Network also broadcasts Turn 4 Cup Series on Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night. NIS style racing. It's a long race, and it's super competitive. Last night, Eric Johnson went to victory by 1/100th of a second in the Turn 4 Cup Series. Yes, the Outcast guys do race in that series. Just to show support to other leagues. But Outcast Motorsports Network, which is myself, does cover that that league on Wednesdays. Yes, Crew Chief Franklin last night was crazy. I had severe anxiety. I didn't know what was going to go on. But we got some more leagues starting up here too. Outcast Motorsports Network will be covering Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday races. Flashpoint Racing League will start up Friday nights and Saturday nights starting in June. So the Glad Dad's going to be super busy here. Behind the screens, behind the scenes, yeah, and behind the screens, both. We're growing this channel one view at a time. I don't know about that. I enjoy doing it. I may not be great at it, but you know what? I don't care. I just enjoy doing it. I like calling good races for good people. All right, so starting on the front row after this restart here, it's going to be Montrose and Answorth with Ingold and Vodka. Eric Johnson, John Kelly pitted here on lap 203 with fresh tires, so they're going to be coming up through the field here. Green flag back in the air. Answorth with a incredible start here. Going down into turn one, they're already side by side. Oh, really? Well, appreciate that. Answorth not able to do anything here with Montrose after that restart. Going to settle into the second position. Jeremy Ingold. As the caution's going to come out. Drew Calvert with the black flag. Too many incident points for Drew Calvert. And Kel Peterson now has to get repaired. Dalton Hall also. Badly damaged for Dalton Hall. No bumper for Dalton Hall. He's dragging it, and no turning. Dalton got to definitely go down pit road. I believe his night's going to be done with that kind of damage. But let's take a look at it and see what happened. I don't even know if he's going to be able to turn left tight to get. Oh, barely. All right, so let's see what happened here. Drew Calvert. Drew Calvert on the bottom here, just behind Kel Peterson. Oh, Steve Giberson. Got in the wall, came back down, got into Kel Peterson. Take Take a look at it one more time, this time from the cockpit view of Charles Wilson. Locking it down. Great job. Didn't get in anybody either. Wheelman, as Brian Welchel gets the lucky dog. Still a few laps down though. Welchel is, I'm not sure how many laps down he is. 3 laps down now. He was 4. As Montrose still in the lead. 4 now. Still got some heavy hitters coming up through the field after their pit stops. So Montrose last pitted on lap 164. And John Kelly, Eric Johnson last pitted on lap 203. So they've got the fresh tires. They just need laps. That's all they need, laps, to make this thing happen. Caution light should be off this time. All right, let's see if Answorth's going to have a really good restart again. Restart zone. Yeah, Answorth had a really good restart. Going to put him back to the outside of the 10 once again. Oh, the 10 drove him up in the wall. Answorth's still on the outside of him though, as Answorth's going to go by. Montrose now falling to second as Brandon Brock's made his way up there. John Kelly's now worked his way back up there along with Eric Johnson. These guys have fresh tires. Brandon Brock has somewhat fresh tires as well. Johnson a little loose out of turn 4. Doesn't let him stop him though. He still turned a really fast lap that last time. Answorth, Montrose turning the exact same lap time last lap by. Actually, the top 4 ran the exact same lap times. 18.555 as the caution comes out. This one is, I believe, for Steve Giberson. Charles Wilson, Tim Boyce, and Kel Peterson disqualified. Too many incident points. Kel Peterson's night is over. We're going to take a look here, see what happened between Giberson, Boyce. Side by side, now single filed out. Oh, Vodka came down, got into Giberson. Peterson had nowhere to go. Neither did Charles Wilson. Got backed into by Tim Boyce. I don't know if he knew he was there. Tough break for Kel Peterson though. It's the first time I've seen someone in this league. I'm sorry, Kel. I hate that for you, buddy. First time I've seen somebody get disqualified. Besides myself. It's happened to me dozens of times. I can't tell you how many times. I can't count them on 2 hands. I'm gonna need to borrow some toes. Drew Calvert with the lucky dog. Now back on the lead lap once again. Calvert's been down a lap a couple of times tonight, getting damage fixed and whatnot. You know, one of the worst damaged cars all night is this guy right here. I can't help but to laugh. But one of the worst damaged cars tonight is running 9th place. The guy has no front bumper and has it for 100 laps and still has the speed. So either he got really lucky or really fortunate with his damage to where it's just a bumper only and no toe damage. What doesn't look like it. I mean, he's well straight. I don't know. Lights are going to go off with the pace car this time as the sun has come up. Now we're racing at about 8 o'clock in the morning. But now John Kansas Kelly finds himself back up in the front row, battling for the lead once again. Eric Johnson has yet to find the lead tonight. Will this be his opportunity? He's got some fast laps, but just unfortunate cautions, untimely cautions keep coming out for him not to really gain the spots he needs under green flag. He's really good under green flag. And here we go. Jacob Answorth with a nice jump. John Kelly looking on the outside. Battling side by side. Oh, as they get together. John Kelly gets damage. We're going to take a look at that. Charles Wilson, too many incident points. Black flag for him. And we got to see what happened between Answorth and Kelly. Goodness. All right, here we go. So as we're going here, Kelly comes down on the 74. They both go sideways. Answorth trying to do a little strategy here. Pull a little move. Ooh, Drew Calvert nailed the side of Rob Hamilton. Take a look at it one more time. Not exactly sure. I mean, Answorth was just way up the track. Not sure. We're gonna have to see what determines or what they determine here in the post-race interview. I'm curious to hear on that. Yeah, the 74 was up higher than usual, but it is the inside lane to dictate the position on the track. Oh boy, I don't know. John Kelly definitely came down on the 74. But His car still looks healthy. There's still scuffs and scrapes on the front end, but all in all, he should be able to get himself back up there. He's not too far back. Base car light's going to go off this time. So now, look at this. It's going to be the 10 of Montrose, the 18 of Eric Johnson, leading him to the green flag. Yes, definitely a series of unfortunate events. All right, here we go. To the restart zone, green flag back in the air. Eric Johnson with a great jump here. They're literally clearly side by side as they head down into one. Johnson not gonna let him get away with it this easy. They're 3 wide back there in the back. We can't get away from this lead though. Montrose wasn't able to open up his exit all the way. Eric Johnson still holding tight on that outside lane. The 18 in the lead. First time tonight. Eric Johnson's running away with it too. As Jacob Answorth now trying to put the battle down to the 10. As John Kelly's back here turning 1835s. He said, man, I got to get back up here in this battle. He's back up to 6, and he can clearly see the leaders up there. Earning some lightning laps, that's for sure. Brian Zemer finds himself in 4th. And Brandon Brock in 5th. Happy to see Brandon Brock rally back up into a 5th place position as we've got 5 laps to go here. Unbelievable. Eric Johnson's going to find himself in the lead with 10 laps to go. Now 4. Can he do what he needs to do to hold Montrose off? Montrose is there. He can pounce when he's ready. And Eric's got to be ready to take that hit. It's a short track, baby. Coming out of turn 4 right now to put us with 2 laps to go as John Kelly trying to pass Brandon Brock for 5th place. And he does. Coming out of turn 4, Eric Johnson's going to take the white flag one more time around. Eric Johnson's going to win it tonight here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Took the lead with about 10 laps to go. Talk about methodical. You can't time that any closer. Anyone but the 18. King Rich 84 just followed. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate the follow. Eric Johnson driving around. He's going to do some burnouts. We got him pulled up on the stream. Looking at the webcam. Oh, he's one happy camper. Round and around, here he goes. Where Eric stops, nobody knows. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Burn that sucker down. And from the drone cam, and Eric Johnson blows it up. There we go. All right, folks, let's get down to the nitty gritty and look at your race results for tonight. Eric Johnson took the lead at lap 10 to go. We're not on lap 10 to go. With 10 laps to go, led the last final 10 laps, bringing it home in the number 1 spot. Ian Montrose brings it home in second with Jacob Answorth in third. Brian Zemer in fourth. John Kansas Kelly in fifth with Brandon Brock sixth. David Vodka seventh. Jeremy Ingold eighth. Nice run for Jeremy tonight. Drew Calvert in ninth. Charles Wilson 10th. Steve Giverson in 11th. Rob Hamilton in 12th. Brian Welchel in 13th. Tim Boyce 14th. Ronnie Welchel 15th. Kel Peterson in 16th with Dalton Hall in 17th. Ryan Fuchs 18th. 19th is going to go to Matt Marklin. And 20th, Mike Prachek. Jacob Answorth with the pole tonight. John Kansas Kelly with a 18.348 fastest lap of the race. John Kelly led 89 laps. Hard charger, John Kelly again. Look at that. Just John. Up 11 spots. So he is the hard charger tonight. 18 cautions for 90 laps. So nearly 100 laps tonight of the 240 was under yellow. And 13 green flag lead changes by 7 different drivers. All in all, not a bad night. It ended well. And of course, can't get Eric Johnson off the screen. I don't know why I have a problem with his camera. It's two days in a row that's happened to me. Sorry, Eric. All right, so let's get down here and look at the Discord, see who we've got in here tonight. Let's pull in third place here. Jacob Answorth. Jacob, glad to have the booth. You got me.
Yeah, we got you.
Man, how we doing tonight?
Oh, man.
Tired?
This track's a workout, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Man, you went up to the front, then you dropped to the back. You went up to the front, you dropped to the back. And it's just an all-night grind.
Yeah, coming in a little bit earlier to fix a bit of front-end damage, which I'm not sure if it was slowing me down or not. I still had a couple dings on my front bumper. Definitely could have played the tire strategy a little differently. I definitely didn't pay off in the end there, but after watching Tuesday's race, I was not sure there was going to be a late caution. So I wanted to have the set and not have them sitting in the pits.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
There was a late caution.
Oh yeah.
There was plenty of late cautions.
Yes, sir.
But all in all, it wasn't a bad race. I mean, there was battles going on the whole from front to back, sometime three wide. But we've seen a lot of guys. I was talking to Brandon Brock earlier on, I believe it was yesterday, about corner entry and exit, about how crucial it was to, well, mind the horsepower and the wheel spin. But we've seen a handful of those spins tonight. Were you having trouble with that at all?
Uh, I was really focusing on my throttle pretty much even with fresh tires, just trying to keep them on there as best I could. Didn't really wear them to the point where that was becoming a major issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you had your brake bias just a little too far down on entry, you could burn that right rear up in a couple of laps. And I saw some guys getting sideways, and Ian somehow stayed in front of me a couple stints before the last one. He was sideways all the way through. Still made it good, still made it clear, and still fast. It was something.
Yeah, I'm glad to put this one behind us here. And I believe we go on to, what is next race? Texas?
That or Kansas, one of the two.
Yeah, it's one of the two. I can't remember. But anyway, hey, if you got any shout outs, we'll get those and we'll send you on your way.
Well, shout out number one is going to be Outcast Motorsports Network. That's you up there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it may be short track, it may be hectic, but at the end of the day, it's one thing to just be in front of a camera. What you do up there, you keep it interesting for everyone watching. And with that, shout out to everyone watching too. You had a lot to talk about in the chat. I saw that.
Yeah, it was going on. It was definitely happening.
Oh yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Auto America, title sponsor for the Gen 6. They're making this whole thing happen. It's some awesome people. Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, title for the trucks, but they're here as well. Jackie Jones, Serta Simmons, Dalton Hall Construction. He had a bit of bad luck out there on track, but he was fast when he was up front. He was hard to keep up with. Willaroo by Tammy Litweiler, Half Moon Designs, Outcast Custom Apparel, and Pinnacle Wraps. It's what I've been rocking. All this blue anchor car you've been seeing the whole time, that's Pinnacle Wraps, Drive Distinction. It's Drew Kuhn in the 21. Got to give a shout out to my fiance here, getting mildly annoyed at my tendency to be a bit vocal while behind the wheel. I'll put it that way. And shout out to Ian, Eric, everyone racing out here. I mean, it's a real hard track, rather. Real hard combo. These things have a lot of power, and this track doesn't like to play easy. No, so shout out to everybody.
Oh yeah, good shout outs, buddy, as always. And yeah, congratulations on your P3 finish tonight, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
You too. All right, in the booth with us for our second place finish tonight is Ian Montrose. Ian, how we doing? How was your run?
I needed a P with 100 to go, Adam. And I was struggling. Like, every yellow that came out, I was like, no. So, yeah, we were struggling out there tonight a little bit, holding the old tank in check. But what a cool race. It felt like Tuesday on steroids with the power that you had and the exit and stuff. And to me, I had a same like Tuesday, an up and down day. You know, in the minute you're fighting at the front, the next minute you're at the back, and I think that's what's fun. You know, like you get a mixture of that. You have to work your way through the field at some points. You have to tire save, even though that people are on opposite strategies. So, it ended up being a fun race. Learned a lot, and you know, I just want to apologize to Dalton for getting into him there. I got a good drive off the corner and did a Brian Zimmer on him, and shout out Brian. I did a photocopy of Tuesday on Dalton, so I just want to take this moment to apologize. I wasn't trying to get into him or wreck him at all, so apologies to him.
Absolutely, man. All right, buddy. Well, good second place finish tonight, and I know it was grueling out there.
For sure. Yeah, a lot of strategy, a lot, just like Tuesday. You have to keep an eye on everybody and what everybody was doing. But great to slug it out for a P2. But man, oh man, I struggled to pee after that. My body was like, "Well, you didn't want to pee, so we're not peeing anymore." So
Wow.
we're struggling now. But yeah, no, it was a fun race, and yeah, no, I appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. So no.
That's right. If you got any more shout outs, you get those and we'll send you on your way.
Well, I've got to shout out you, man. You are the king. Comes out every night, shouts us out, gives us a lot of fun, and gives us a chance to watch us at the end. So appreciate you. Appreciate all the admins, Outcast. Really fun group of people, and really fun racing with everybody, and cool people to hang out with. Appreciate Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Autumn America, Grand Island, Outcast Motorsports Network, Jackie Jones, Jeep and Ram, Sutter Simmons, Dalton Hall Construction, Lily Roy with Tammy Litweiler, Half Moon Designs, Outcast Custom Apparel, Pinnacle Wraps, and as always, shout out to the Biff.
Absolutely, man. Good shout outs. All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on your second place finish, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you in the next one, my man. Take up.
You too. All right, folks, without further ado, let's get this guy in here. 2 nights in a row, Eric Johnson. I'm scared to put you up on the screen again because it doesn't like to be removed.
That's okay. Leave me up there.
It just likes your shirtless body while we're
Hey,
trying
leave
to
me up there, man.
trying to do the results. And I look over and I'm like, okay, he didn't disappear. So apparently he's my co-host.
Well, how many of these guys had shirts on tonight, and how many didn't? It's
know-
probably one to a bunch, and I'm just saying, maybe it's a thing.
The shirts produce drag. Okay, that's your excuse. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I got to say about that. But anyway, hey man, you took the lead with 10 laps to go, and you drove your guts out trying to keep the lead. And what a terrible night it was for you and a lot of the other drivers. I mean, we had 4 or 5 drivers get black flagged for too many incident points, and Kel Peterson got disqualified for too many incident points, which absolutely just stinks. But I think everybody got incidents. But it was still a fun race to watch, regardless. I mean, everybody was beating and banging off each other. Just battles going on from front to back.
I'm going to tell you a couple things about that. First off, we got a lot of taking out here. People like to take, and take advantage of, some stuff happening in front of them, try to get a free pass, going 3 wide when someone's out of shape. And that's just not going to work out here in a track like this. And a lot of these guys got incident points that probably weren't per se their fault, but you got to protect your car, man. You got to understand what's happening around you, in front of you, who's doing what, who's doing too much. And yeah, we took over 4 minutes of damage that we repaired probably over 7 pit stops, maybe 8, 9. Like, we were broke, and we just tried to put our car in smart spots and understand who's trying too much, because people, they're trying too much tonight. You got your late dives, you're going to the bottom, not holding the bottom, sliding up, dooring people. Like, I know these guys have raced enough that they feel like when they're doing too much, and we just need to back it down a bit. This is a give and take league. This is not a take from everybody on the first opportunity we get. Like, long race, no fast repairs. We got to protect this thing. And that's always my mindset. Keep my car clean, whether it's my fault or not. I got damage from the Newman thing. I should have done better of getting to the bottom and not making contact, but I caught myself in the middle, and we took 4 minutes, and we just dealt with it.
Yep, that's right. Well, with that being said, this just increases your lead even further going into the playoffs. But if you got any shout-outs, now would be the time to get that, and we're going to close this show down.
Yeah, get us off the short track. Let's get to somewhere just a little bit bigger. These old bad girls, man. This track, she would bump you on the bottom. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This was not an easy combo, right? Like, a lot of these wrecks, this is a tough, high horsepower, low grip, bouncing around, but we're trying too much. Let's back it down. Let's be respectful, and we can do better than that. And, of course, I got some shout-outs here. We love all of our Outcast sponsors. We got Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Tuesday night main sponsor, help us run things, keep the trucks going. Tonight we got Grand Island Auto America once again on our car up in Victory Lane. Hope you guys are watching. My stepdaddy T-Lit. Don't be gambling all my money away that I'm going to inherit, you know. So keep some of that for me. Of course, you, Adam, up there in the booth with Outcast Motorsports Network, calling these shots. Love you. Jackie Jones, Serta Simmons, Dalton Hall Construction. Thank you, Dalton, for coming along board. We appreciate you. Tammy T-Lit with LuLaRoe, slinging them shirts, custom apparel, all kinds of just random stuff. Go check her out. Half Moon Designs, Outcast Custom Apparel, and Drew Kuhn there with Pinnacle Wraps. We appreciate all you guys and the Outcast guys. I mean, we had a big field tonight. Tough track. Love everybody coming out, but we're better than this. I know we are. You guys know we are. Let's be better.
That's right, man. Good shout outs. All right, buddy, we'll get out of here. We're going to close this show down, and yeah, we're going to go to sleep.
Oh, wait.
What?
And all the Twitch chat, the subs.
You better believe it.
You know, the emotes, the typing, the bits. That makes this thing go around. So thank you guys coming out and watching. That's really the biggest shout out of all of them. So thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. All right, that was third place, Jacob Answorth. Second, Montrose. And your winner tonight, Eric Johnson. Yeah, we're going to Kansas next week for the trucks and the Gen 6. Definitely don't want to miss that. And, yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. I think Eric Johnson's going to secure the lead in the playoffs. But I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors tonight that make this thing possible. Can't do without you guys. Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Outcast Custom Apparel, Serta Simmons Bedding, LuLaRoe by Tammy, Litweiler, Grand Island Auto America, Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Pinnacle Wraps, Half Moon Designs, D Hall Construction, Outcast Motorsports Network, which is myself. I want to thank each and every one of you guys and gals in the Twitch stream, chatting it up with me, keeping me busy and on my toes, and keeping me completely occupied during the cautions, because we had quite a bit tonight. And yeah, just want to appreciate that. And that's going to be it. We'll see you back here next Tuesday night at Kansas, same time, different place. This is the Glad Dad reminding you to stay fast, stay clean, and as always, it's okay to be an outcast. We'll see you guys later. Take it easy.